So here we are in the dinette, and it's pretty similar to what we had in the Canyon Star with a few differences. So in the other cabinet, which is the bigger issue, is we lost the sliding pull-out desk for the keyboard. So David's in the process of making some changes over here, which I'm sure he'll share with you guys as he does that. But this area is not really comfortable for him yet, so he's adjusting that to make it easier for him to edit these videos for you guys.
Okay guys, we just got done tearing the shelves out of here. There's two shelves actually that go in here. I'm going to leave all this stuff down in here. I am going to do some cable management because that kind of stuff drives me crazy. So we're going to do some cable management, get it all tidied up. We're going to have the one shelf coming across. We're going to put it right back in here. It's going to be a little bit lower than where it's currently set right now. Maybe we might bring it up one spot, but that's where the printer is going to go. I'm going to pull that also in and out. It's going to have the tray so it comes in and out. And then I'm going to be taking these and breaking them off probably around this point here, because I got to build this out with a 2x4 and some other wood, put the sliders in here, cut down the shelf in order for it to fit in here. But I got to be careful with this right here. If you see these things, they're sticking out quite a bit, so I got to come down below it just a little bit. So that's the plan there. So let's go out and get some 2x4s, get our measurements and get them cut and get them placed in here where they need to go. All right. Okay, so here's what I did. Over here, I only needed, I needed two 2x4s in order to bring it out far enough for this to come past the door. You can see that. So we got that on. This side, I just needed to use I could have just used one 2x4, but I chose to use, because it gave me just a little bit more leeway, two 1x4s. And yes, it comes out to a 2x4, but there is just a little bit of an extra gap in between there, stapling them together. Sorry about shaking there, but it gave me just enough to get past that door there, if you can see that. So that's good enough for me. So now I measured in between here. Here is the shelf. I'm going to be doing the same thing down below for the printer as well, but now I'm going to have to cut this 18 3/4 inches, and then I'll put the ends on and be able to slide it in there. So that will be done, because what I plan on trying to do is sit my Mac up here on this and then have the keyboard, you know, out front there a little bit. So I don't know if it's going to work that way. I'm going to try, but we'll see. If not, then I'm going to have to set my Mac up top up here like I did in the Canyon Star, and just run the wires up through. So let's go ahead and get this here board cut down the size and get the brackets on and install it. Okay everyone, this is the final product, and this is what we got done here. What we did is we took the screen and we actually mounted it on a swing arm into the hole back here where it was already here. The hole was already here for wires to come up through, so you could actually put a monitor to just sit up on here. I had to move the computer up top here, the Mac Studio, put the speakers there. I did have it down here, but I had to raise this up some. But anyways, there we go. Works perfect. So what we did, again, let's just recap. We didn't do this one yet. I will be doing that one actually a little bit later today. But took out the shelf. Over here on this side, we put two 2x4s, stacked them on top of each other. This side over here, we just took two 1x2s over here, which gave us, when you stuck them together, gave us just enough space in between so that we could actually make it past the door here. Gave us just enough. It's about 1/4 inch, if not a little bit better. So anyways, that worked out very well there. So that's what we're going to do down below here. And then we also put the drawer hinges on, or sliders on. And there we go. Works great. Now, if you remember, this here is the type from a dinette designed by Newmar that actually rolls out. This was not the one that was actually designed to be a desk and a dinette. If it was, it would come the whole way across here. You wouldn't have this little cutout. So the one in our Canyon store, this actually was probably back about right here, and it just came the whole way across. And this one came without the slide out for the either a laptop or your keyboard. So this is how this one turned out for us. So we put that in there, because what I was doing was actually, because if you look here, there's no lip. So if you're sitting here, you come in and you would have to sit the keyboard up top here, and it was very uncomfortable. So I was taking like a dinner, like one of those old dinner trays, if you know what I mean. Let me show you what I mean here. I was taking one of these things actually and unfolding it and setting it there and putting my keyboard on top so I could fit underneath the dinner tray table and be able to use it as a little bit of a desk. Now I just open up the doors, pull this out, and I'm able to go ahead and start editing the videos that I do for you guys. So anyways, modification complete for that one. Okay guys, boy, I'll tell you, I am the kind of guy that just wants to jump in and get something done, and then I totally forget about picking up the phone to do some recording. So I apologize for that, but here we go. Today's project is the headboard, and as you can see, it does have that material on here that probably was from Flex Steel or whatever, and it's not their fault. A lot of the manufacturers, they just got a bad run, bad material, everything else. Anyhow, so what we're going to do is I'm pulling off these caps. I don't know if you can see them here. These little caps right here, I'm pulling them off. As you can see, they come right off. And down here they are. And I will be recovering them as well. But what I'm going to do, here's our plan. We're going to go ahead, get this off. You just got to pull the screws out through here. I'm not sure how this is held together, so once I get all the screws out, I'll find out. I'm hoping it's just, these are just placed inside of a board with that attached to it, with the trim work attached to it, and then these screws all hold it on. So I'm not sure if that is the case, but we'll find out here. And yeah, we'll go from there. What we're going to do, I think, is we're going to be checkering it with two different materials that we currently already have that we used in the Canyon Star to do our front seats, the front captain's chairs in the Canyon Star. We're going to go with this and this. And if we don't go with this one, we're definitely going to go with the beige. We might even just go beige the whole way across. I don't know. I'll figure that out here in a little bit. But if we don't use that brown, we're going to use a different brown, which is more high gloss. And I'll try to show you here in a second. And here we go. You can see that brown under there, and then this brown here, and then of course this here beige, which is more textured as well. It has a heavy leather green to it. So does that brown. This one has a lighter. So I'm not sure if we run this beige in that one and this beige in that one, but we'll see. I'll let you know which one we end up with. Okay guys, so these panels right here are all that are on here. They just make these panels, staple the material around. So I am not even going to take this off. We're just going to cut. I'm going to take one off so I can get the right size, and then we're going to go ahead, or in fact I don't even know if I'll do that. Yeah, and then we're just going to go ahead and cover it right back over the top and put everything right back in here to where they belong. Now these just pull straight off of here. Be very careful. There are staples in here that are holding these on. So all I am doing is just prying up, and be very careful also because the board, this right here that these are attached to, is very very flimsy, very cheap. So I don't know if you can see that. See if I can pull this one up here. Get underneath it. Just get your fingers underneath. Like I said, be very careful because there are staples in here holding these on, coming in from the back side. There we go. That's it. Just pull it straight up. I'll probably leave that there because you can't see in between here then if anything shrinks. But I don't think you really need it, but I'll leave it in there anyways. So that's it. So now we're just going to go ahead and get these things recovered and get them put back in. Okay guys, like I said, all I did was cut the squares out. I'm going to go ahead and just put all this stuff right over top of the old and just wrap it around. A couple reasons why I'm doing that. One, I don't feel like taking all that off, and it's not necessary. It's going to be covered. And number two is because it makes it a little bit thicker and it's easier for my staples, because I do have some staples here that are a little bit too long, just ever so slightly, and it keeps it from poking through, you know, the sides of the wood. So all I'm doing is, hopefully this is in frame, just taking it, pulling it tight here a little bit, and just going ahead and stapling it up. Do the other side, and doing this on the floor, and believe you me, it's not pretty with me sitting on the floor. And I'm not doing as many staples as what they did. I'm going to go ahead and trim this side up, trim these up a little bit here on the side, and then just cut straight across. That's all I'm doing. Just enough to get rid of a little bit of excess so it's not so bulky. And then we will go ahead and run that and staple that up as well. Okay, so just take it and we're going to tuck it in a little bit. Get that out of the way, and then just pull it up nice and tight, and go ahead and put a staple in. Same as this side. Pull it up good and tight, and then just one in the middle. Like I said, I'm not putting a whole lot in like they did, because this thing is going to be going onto that board that you see me take it off of, and there's no sense for it. And then it's going to get screwed in the center here with those buttons, holding everything on very good and tight. Okay, and then pull that up, and so there we go. That's all we need. Right, guys? There we go. Now I just gotta do, I did 5 here already of this color. I got 1 done here of this color. Okay, and I got 4 more to go. And what we're going to do here is I'm recovering these buttons. Now this is not easy here, but I'm actually taking these buttons that came off of the headboard, and then we're going to pull this ring out, and then we take off the covering, which is this right here. It was their current leather that they had on it, or leatherette rather. And then we go ahead and we're cutting out a square, which I'll show you outside here in a little bit. Cutting out a square of this here colored material, and we're putting down some adhesive, spray adhesive, and then pushing this back down, and then pushing the ring, that little ring right there, back inside to hold it in. So then these will actually go on here like that, and then we're going to leave the other ones that are already brown. We're just going to leave them on because they're not peeling, and they're going to go into the center of this. So it's going to be checkered. So that's what we're going to do. Alright guys, I'll show you here how I am doing these buttons here outside. All right. Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and cut out the material. We took the buttons. I did spray adhesive on both sides, and I'm using just this spray adhesive, Loctite. Okay, put it on here. It sticks pretty well, and then I'm going to have to cut around the outside here. So let me go get my scissors because I forgot them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is pick one of these up here, and I'm going to cut very large circle around on the outside first. Just cutting aroundward, or around it, but very large, excessively large at first. And you can see how large that is? Way too much. But I would rather have that right now and start bringing it around, and then I'm going to cut again. So let's come around a little bit closer this time. Not much, not too much. Don't overdo it. You want it to be tucked in on the inside, and I might even have just went a little bit too much right there. Nope, I'm good. Okay. Now when you push this in, you see how it's going to bulk up? All you need to do is snip that. Push it over in. Okay. Bring it in. Keep going until it starts to bulk again. Like right there, I'm going to get a bulk. So I'm going to push this up. Push this over a little bit more. Oh, I got a fly in Arizona on me. I ain't never had a fly in Arizona on me. Huh. Okay. Snip it around a little bit. Bring it around and just keep on going. There, it got bulky on me. Don't want that, because then that ring can't go in. Okay. And just keep on doing this until it's all tucked in there. I'm going to get another big bulk here, right there. So we're just going to snip that out of the way. Darn, got a fly. 8 years of being out here, I only seen like 2 flies my whole life out here. Now what we're going to do is grab this little plastic ring, and we're going to go ahead and get it lined up around the outside here. And we're just going to take it and we're going to wind up just pushing that in like such. And there we go. It's not perfect, but hey, It works for me. You'll never see that once it's pushed in to the foam piece, and I'll show you whenever we put it up. So, okay, so there is the final product. Now, I did have a video a little bit earlier, and I will show you a quick glimpse, and that's because I was running short. Well, I'll give you a quick glimpse, but let me explain what happened. Each one of these panels, I only had a few staples on the back to just hold it on barely, but when I put the screws in the middle, it pulled them kind of weird and made them look funny. And the reason why I only put so many staples, because I was starting to run out of staples. So I did order some more. I got more staples in. I took these back down and I stretched that material as tight as I could around the back and stapled it on good. Now, whenever you put the button in, I don't know if you can see it, but it does more of a little bit of a diamond shaped, star shaped type thing. If you can see that, instead of a really wrinkly kind of look. So anyways, that's what it looks like. And down here in the corner, I don't know if you can see it, but I actually lost a button, believe it or not. Looked everywhere. I cannot find that thing. It was on there, but I don't know. We'll find it though. If not, I'll order new ones. But anyway, so there we go. We got that. And that's what it looks like now, at least for now. And it does match the bread spread that Katie made. That only took her 6.5 years to finish. Anyways, hope you like. If you do, throw me a thumbs up. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Be blessed. Bye for now.